Hey everyone, LWJ here, and I'm going to try and get through this review without getting too mad because, well, yesterday I saw Star Trek Into Darkness, and for me, let me go through it here. First of all, Star Trek Into Darkness is the latest in the Star Trek reboot series by J.J. Abrams, and it stars pretty much the same people that was in the first film. Chris Pine returns as Captain Kirk. Zachary Quinto returns as Commander Spock. Zoe Saldana returns as Lieutenant Okura. Carl Urban returns as Dr. McCoy. Anton Yelchin returns as Chekhov. David Cho returns as Mr. Sulu. Simon Pegg returns as Scotty, and Bruce Greenwood returns as Captain Pike, although for about 30 minutes or something like that. But the movie starts off. They are on Nibiru, a planet, and a small planet, and they are there because a volcano is active on the planet, and if it goes off, the planet will destroy itself. Hold on a second, get some water. Spock had to take a device that he created to neutralize the volcano. Some kind of like a, I would say, thermal detonator of some sorts. Yeah, I use a Star Trek. I use Star Wars term in a Star Trek movie. Big fucking deal. Next thing you know, my phone will go off and it'll be the Imperial March. Big fucking deal. Back on that. They had to keep it secret because the Prime Directive, the whole Prime Directive thing. Just look up Prime Directive. I don't really know the exact wording of it, but they end up having to violate the Prime Directive to save Spock. They return to Earth. Kirk gets his captainship taken away from him for violating the Prime Directive, and we learn of something happening where a person bombed an archive in London, a Starfleet archive in London. They're all in a meeting together, and he attacks them. He attacks the meeting, killing Captain Pike. At the same time, using Scotty's transwarp teleporter to teleport himself to Kronos, the Klingon homeworld. Small area of Kronos, by the way, unpopulated. He's revealed as Commander John Harrison. They end up the Starfleet Admiral Marcus, has Captain Kirk and his crew. He reinstates Kirk. He has Captain Kirk and his crew go to go to the outskirts of the neutral zone, which is the area in between Federation and Klingon space. Aim these specially designed torpedoes, 72 of them, where Commander Harrison is. At the behest of Spock, uh, Kirk decides he's going to take him into custody instead of killing him, instead of possibly killing him. Sorry, the water tastes kind of funny. But, he, they take him into custody, and they find out that the torpedoes they were supposed to launch on actually had people in them. Cryogenically frozen people. From about 300 years ago. They end up finding out that John Harrison is actually Khan. Yeah, that's where my first thought was like, we're doing Wrath of Khan again? Please, really? But, anyways, this one is played by Benedict Cumberbatch, which he did pretty well. I don't think I'll get to the comparison later, but he gives Kirk some coordinates. And he ends up Kirk sends Scotty that because at the time, hello AJ. Sorry, AJ has a tendency to jump up on me and use my shoulder to lay on. Apparently AJ wants to be a part of this review. Anyway. Well, it was found out by when she was first put on board. She announced herself as Dr. Carol Wallace. She was actually Dr. Carol Marcus. Two things. First of all, she's Admiral Wallace, Starfleet Admiral Wallace's daughter. Starfleet Admiral Marcus's daughter. She's also later ends up, if you remember your Star Trek lore, ends up getting married to Kirk and having a son, David. There we go. Well, actually, the reason why Kirk sends Scotty there is because earlier in the film, Scotty resigns as the chief engineer of the Enterprise because of the torpedoes. Let's see. Scotty goes to this secret ship construction yard out on the orbiting Jupiter, and he ends up finding out he ends up finding something. Well, it ends up going to them later on as they are going to the they're on their way back to Earth. This ship, large dreadnought class, as they're calling it, called the Vengeance, intercepts them, and it is being commanded, thank you AJ, by Starfleet Admiral Marcus. God damn, Spirit, he's loud. But this is where it starts to repeat Star Trek 2. he says he wants the prisoner and the torpedoes and whatnot, and he says no. He says, okay, what makes you think I won't blow you out of the sky? I got your daughter. I got your daughter over here. No, you don't. Opens fire on the Enterprise. I'm like, just like the Reliant and the Enterprise in Star Trek 2. Only this time, Kirk and Khan join forces to go to do to go from one ship to the other, which was pretty well done. They end up getting there, and with the help of Scotty, they make it to the bridge. Admiral Marcus reveals that he actually wanted a war to start between the Federation and the and the Klingon Empire, and he was going to use Khan and his crew, which was the people that were frozen, as soldiers for it. Well, Khan, when they get to the bridge, Scotty stuns Khan. Khan gets back up, knocks Scotty out, takes out Kirk, and fights with Marcus, popping Marcus's head like a pimple. Or a watermelon, or whatever you want to say it. Because it was just ew. He takes command of the ship, tells sorry, got something in my eyes. Anyway, tells Spock to he will give him Dr. Marcus, Scotty, and Kirk in exchange for the part of the shirt. Some kind of stain on the shirt. Anyway, they in exchange for his crew. Well, actually, he said he asked for the torpedoes. And well, Spock obliges. And I'm going to have to toss this, because there's a bug floating around in it. I wonder if it tastes funny. Well, he, like I said, he ends up obliging. And when he did it, though, however, well, when he did it, Khan opened fire on the Enterprise, causing more damage. Sorry, one of my cats, she has like a little problem with her mouth, so when she eats, it hurts her. But, well, Khan gets ready to open fire another volley of shots at the Enterprise, and the torpedoes explode, crippling the Vengeance. And Kirk says, "You just killed 72 people." No, I didn't. He asked for the torpedoes. He ended up taking out the cryogenically frozen crew members and just transferring over the torpedoes, arming the torpedoes. The ship is derelict and whatnot. And then the Enterprise is so weakened that it starts to fall to the Earth. It's falling to the Earth and as it's falling, it's turning and twisting and turning like this. And at the same time, Kirk goes to. This is another part where we're repeating Star Trek 2. Kirk goes to the reactor and goes into the core itself to restart the Enterprise. You see it go down to the clouds, and all of a sudden, rises back up above the clouds. Well, I'm gonna go get another bottle of water. I'm really thirsty. This one's not good. Nothing floating around that is good. And it tastes like bottled water good. Anyway. They say it's a miracle. Spock says he doesn't believe in miracles. He goes down. He's getting ready to do do something, and all of a sudden he gets a call over the comm. It's Scotty. He says, "Mr. Spock, you gotta get down here now." And I'm like, "This is 2." He gets down there. Glass. Between a piece of glass, they do the whole, Vulcan hand gesture, touch the glass thing, and I'm like, this is just 2 again. And he, Kirk asks, "How's the ship?" Spock says, "Is that a danger?" Same thing. Kirk says that he's scared. And he says, "Do you want to know why I went back to that planet went back to the volcano to save your life?" He said, "Because you're my friend," which basically is, I have been, always shall be your friend line. Redone. And I'm like, jeez. Then after Kirk dies, Zachary Quinto does something that I'm like, sorry, Zachary Quinto. I love your work I love your work. You're a great actor to me. You just can't out Shatner. He yells "Khan" like Shatner did in Star Trek 2. Spock goes after Khan. They're fighting on some transport vessel, in San Francisco, because Khan crashed the Vengeance into the San Francisco Bay and all through downtown San Francisco. While it crashed in San Francisco Bay, he took out Alcatraz, and he's sitting there going through San Francisco, avoiding Spock, and they get on this transport vessel of sorts, this vehicle. And one thing I didn't notice is, like, wait, they kept the cable cars? Huh. That was an interesting little tidbit there. But yeah, let's see, Spock goes through. He's fighting him on there, and Uhura teleports down there because they couldn't teleport them up for some reason, and she's firing a phaser at Khan, and he's not going down. Finally, Spock knocks him with a piece of the vehicle they ripped off, and just proceeds to just pummel the fucking shit out of him, because Spock is pissed off. Spock is in a in a fucking I'm gonna kill you kind of rage. And well, the reason why Uhura went down is because uh, McCoy found out that using Khan's blood, he can uh, revive Kirk, because there was a dead Tribble, and there was a dead Tribble right there on it, and it came back to life. Well, Uhura tells Spock, "Stop. He's the only one that can save Kirk." Next one we see is Spock just uppercutting Khan. Black. We hear various things, and I'm like, wait a minute, this is just like in Star Trek 4 when they went back in time. You hear past things, or things from the future, or whatever. Things from the you know what I mean. And then you see Kirk wake up, and he's alive. They later end up going to. We later see all of Starfleet. I guess they're doing some kind of a memorial of some sorts. I don't exactly know what they're doing at this time, but they. He says that when he took command of the Enterprise, he had to recite an oath, which he knew at the time, which he didn't understand at the time, but he now knows. And he says those famous words from Star Trek and Star Trek Next Generation, space, final frontier, blah blah blah, yada yada yada. And well, they end up going blasting off into space for a 5-year mission. And she was doing something that's gonna piss off my sister. Oh well. Well, that's Star Trek Into Darkness. My whole thing is, I liked it up until they started copying Star Trek 2. Then I was like, really? Couldn't Orchie, Kurtzman, and whoever else wrote this come up with something else to do? Because did the studio say, hey, you got so many, you did a lot of backwards referencing in the previous film. Hey, let's do it again in this one. It didn't work. But trying to think of, like I said, it was good. I would recommend seeing it. It's a good film. If you have seen if you have seen Star Trek 2, you are going to be a little upset towards the end, but you're going to enjoy the first part of it. One thing that happens in the movie that a lot of Star Trek fans are kind of upset about is that Zachary Quinto Spock had to contact Leonard Nimoy Spock on New Vulcan to to find out information on Khan. Which I think, okay, if Spock is Spock, he will do his research. Okay, he will, and the only person he knows who would know about Khan is his future self. Plain and simple. Peter Weller plays Admiral Marcus, and I think he did a pretty good job. Um, the original, the core cast, when the ones that when they reprised roles, they still did their roles fabulously. I mean, to tell you the truth, I could see these people and their younger. I could still see their younger counterparts. Their younger original cast counterparts. Chris Pine, I could see a young William Shatner. Zachary Quinto, young Leonard Nimoy. Zoe Saldana, young Nichelle Nichols. Carl Urban, young DeForest Kelly. Simon Pegg, young James Doohan. Anton Yelchin, young Walter Koenig, and of course, David Cho, young George Takei. They did their roles well, and I still think that the ones that are still around, they still like this idea. They still like these people. This one, Benedict Cumberbatch. Okay. I'm going to combine both cons. Benedict Cumberbatch and Ricardo Montalban. Montalban was the over-the-top bad guy, kind of con character in both the Space Seed and Star Trek 2. Cumberbatch was the bloodthirsty, ruthless, I'm gonna kick your fucking ass kind of person, kind of con. If you want that old school, over the top kind of con, then I would go with Montalban. But if you want the kind of con that you basically were kind of expecting to see in those instances, Cumberbatch, because Cumberbatch really nailed that type of con. Trying to think. And now for the similarities, okay? Similar between Star Trek Into Darkness and Star Trek 2. They encounter a ship, it fires on them. That's one. The Death Scene. That was a major one right there. Another one, when Cumberbatch, when Khan asked for the torpedoes, they were transported over and destroyed. That same thing happened. The Reliant transported the Genesis device, and Khan activated it, destroying it. Same thing. Too many similarities for me. Like I said, but still, all in all, it was a good movie. I liked it. And like I said, I'll highly recommend it. So, that's all I gotta say about Star Trek Into Darkness. Until next time, this is Lone Wolf Jazz saying thank you all for watching. See you all next time. Take care of yourselves.